Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. Basically the idea of today's video is, well, not today's video, it's my first video. So my first video is to build my first PC ever, even though I'm 29 years old. But I did have some PCs in the past, but they weren't actually mine. They were bought, they were basically my brother's bunch of his PCs. I never got to have PC of my own, middle child, three elder brothers and sisters, so it didn't really actually work out. So I had when an elder brother wears a shirt, it passes down to the six younger siblings. That's the idea here. So anyway, coming back to the main idea is that it was my birthday last week. So my very kind, generous friends and wife, they pulled in a bunch of money together to gift me these parts. Seems like they had to pull in quite a big sum. I feel really bad for them. I told them not to do it. So I have no idea what these parts are. I may have a teensy bit idea. So we'll just get to know them as we go along. I have cutting knife as well, so we can slaughter all of them together. One of them I've already done it, but I'll still do it again for for entertainment purposes. All right, let's start with the mother itself, the mother of all motherboards. It says here B650M Aorus Elite AX. Shout out to Hunain who picked everything, by the way. So we'll start with this. No need for a knife. It just opens by itself. Pretty simple, pretty anticlimactic, I must say. Okay, so Gigabyte. By the way, I'll show you guys the CPU later as well. The CPU could not fit the frames; it was quite massive. It's the H9 floor. Well, I'll show you guys later. Anyway, let's open this. The knife did come in handy. Let's go. It's like a full. Maybe I should have used the knife a little bit more. Let's just poke holes at random corners and hope it'll just turn out fine. It did turn out fine, I think. Oh, it looks beautiful. It looks quite beautiful, I must say. It looks like a dystopian city. But at a small scale.
The Divergent.
Like that, yeah. Alright, I don't know what to say about it. I guess we'll just get started with other stuff and try to add it on top of it one by one. It does come with I don't know where it is. Maybe you guys can figure it out, or we'll figure it out together later. Okay, so we'll put this aside. Alright, what's next in the menu? Oh, the big boy itself. It's not actually quite this big. It's actually a lot smaller, but I love the packaging. You just get me a car, but bring it to me in a helicopter packaging. That's what I want. No knife here either. This poor knife is gonna go home alone. My wife is here, by the way. She's always here for the support. So she's cracking some jokes here and there. But then I try to pretend she's not there. But then obviously there's a joke there that has to be addressed.
She's always there. I try to pretend she isn't.
But that was a close one.
Look at this. Quite a marvel, quite beautiful, I must say. Quite nice. They spend quite some time on the packaging. If they would have spend this much time on the thing itself, you would have like it would 20% faster or something. I guess not. See, I told you. The car inside a helicopter packaging.
More like a car inside a plane.
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to put it away, man. Look at this packaging; it's so beautiful.
Don't they like the packaging more than the item itself?
Yeah. Look at that. It's a little better than the packaging. How beautiful. Oh, looks massive. Lots of radiators, lots of fans. I don't know if I need this much power. I'll probably be watching YouTube videos 90% of the time. And maybe I'll be playing Minesweeper, not Minecraft. Minesweeper is the main. It's what it's all about. Alright, I don't know what much to say about it, but I guess it'll go here. I hope it goes here. Look at the size of this. Look at the size of this. Alright, let me put this. Let's keep it in the frame for now. Give it some prime screen time. Okay. Next on the menu, the last one to arrive actually. It came in like all this stuff ordered at once. It came in like 3 shipments. So every time I would come, I'd be like, oh, amazing, incredible. Like, I have the whole setup, so I'm gonna come back from work and I'm gonna go straight into like building it, right? And I come back and I see there's no motherboard. Anyway, this is 1 terabyte hard drive actually, not an SSD. I did get not me. My friend did get a SSD as well, but this is just for like long-term storage. So I will put this away. Quite unassuming. Not a lot to say there. Actually, no. Let's do this. Yeah. I must confess, I already opened it without you guys. I do apologize. I will not do that in the future. I will keep that in mind. But I close it back up again. Huh? My wife is like, you should apologize to me this quickly. Anyway, let's open it quietly, nicely. Let me hide the tears from you guys. So this is the AMD Ryzen 7800 3XT. I've heard it's quite powerful. Quite a lot went into making it. This is the box size and this is the processor size. This is the actual item. These guys, I don't know how big the trucks are when they're like transferring these things. They could transfer the whole thing in a car as well.
A bike.
In a bike, yeah. In a Talabat. So next on the menu is the power source itself. This one, the yellow one.
Oh, this is a welcome handy.
Thank you. This is, it's what's called in the CPU world, it's what's called the mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell or the CPU.
Isn't that the motherboard?
Motherboard is the cell itself. This is the powerhouse. This is where the power comes from. But quite massive, 850 watts. I don't need this much. But I guess Hunain, I don't know what he was thinking. He went all out.
We went based on your list.
Well, I didn't mention anything about this. Okay, finally, the poor loner knife comes in handy. So, start with this. It's quite satisfactory, I must say.
Must you keep saying? Must you keep saying?
Must I keep saying what?
I choose for like, I must say. Beautiful, I must say.
I must confess.
I must confess.
Okay, so this is the mitochondria, the powerhouse. Some power to take it out. Okay. Oh, that's a massive fan. Let me open it for you guys first. This is the 850 watt Corsair power. I don't know what it's called. Forgive me, please mention it wherever this is posted. But yeah, it's look at the size of this fan, quite massive.
So you didn't need the other fans?
Yeah, there's too many fans in the CPU now. There's too many fans. Like
It's gonna
I
be
think,
so cool, it'll never work.
yeah, I think we should just move into the PC now. It's gonna be so cool and breezy there.
He says in December, या तो जुलाई में ये joke मारते.
Okay, so it comes with obviously its power cord and a bunch of wires. I have no idea what they're going to be used for, but let's hope for a cause like Nvidia did with their foam. At least they put some wires in there, you know. Anyway, a lot of cable management stuff. That'll come in handy a lot. Okay, so now the next item on the list, let me just go through some two smaller items, are first the SSD, the 1 terabyte SSD. This is NVMe M2, quite fast. I remember back in the days, like pre-SSD days, of like what a massive difference SSD made.
Age was strange with that last one.
Oh, I thought it was empty. I swear to God, I thought it was empty. Oh, it's so light, I thought it was empty. This is SSD is a marvel. Okay, so the next smaller item we have here is the RAM. So this is basically Corsair as well, Vengeance RGB Pro. Some nice lights on it. And it's 16 GB, it's 32 GB total, so two 16 GB RAMs. So this is gonna be nice as well because the RAM is just, I code as well in my free time. Well, I code for work as well, obviously. But this is for free time. This is not for my work.
The fact that you forgot what you do for your job.
So yeah, let me just open it. I can open it with my hand as well, but I just want like. Oh, it feels quite a handful.
That small is a handful to you?
No, yeah, it's quite small. It seems quite light, but it's quite sturdy. Like it has some weight on it. Well, it's 32 GB. It might better have some weight on it. This is 32 GB, and I'm saying it's had weight on it. This is 1 terabyte. No
Like, I
weight.
didn't even see it. I thought it was empty.
Yeah. Okay. Let's put this on the side as well. I must say it's very satisfying opening all these boxes. So basically, this is for the cooling of the CPU, right? This is the CPU
How
cooler.
many fans do you have?
Man, I don't know. I've lost count at this point. But I think I was duped. I was duped at the shop. So basically, here in Qatar, store 974, which is like the largest.
They're gonna give you a lawsuit now.
Yeah, it's fine. it's the facts. So here in store 974, I went and it's like the biggest PC building, PC parts shop here in Qatar, right? So I go there and I told him like, before that work, I told my colleagues, I was like, I'm building a PC and stuff, and all the parts are here, and I'm gonna build the PC now. And then this was the first day when I got my first shipment, right? So when I got my first shipment, it had like a few items, right? But I thought it was all of them. I did, my mind just like skipped quite a few It produced quite a few blank moments, actually the whole night before I went to the work in the morning. So I'm talking to my colleagues, and then as we're talking, Talha, my colleague Talha, is asking me, he's like, oh, you have, so you got this, you got this, you got this. So which motherboard did you get, or what are you gonna build it on? And I'm like, bro, I didn't see any motherboard in the shipment. So and then anyway, we talk about motherboard and we talk about like SSD. There's no SSD, there's no hard drive, hard disk. So you can't really install any Windows on it either, right? And then we start talking about the CPU. And Alper, my other colleague, is like, oh, you got, there's a CPU cooler with it as well, right? I'm like, I'm sure it was a big box. Like, look at the size of the box, must have a CPU cooler in it as well, right? Like, look at the size of it. But what came out of it was just this. So, and then I come back and I realize I actually need a CPU cooler because it's not going to cool it, right? So I go to the store and I'm like, I need this, I need to cool my PC. And this guy just, I think he probably had a bad performance review or something. So he's just out there to sell. He was just out there to sell, but he was knowledgeable as well. So he was selling very well. And you need this. He was like, you have a Ryzen 7800. So for Ryzen 7800, you need this. Otherwise, you're gonna drop FPS. You're gonna drop performance. You're gonna drop this, that. I don't know, 6,000 things that you mentioned. I'm sure 5,999 of them were not actually real.
But you were like, yes,
and
I will drop it.
Yeah, and I'm like, man, I just want to build a PC at this point. Like, how many parts are missing at this point? Like, I just give me everything. So I buy this, and then while he's selling me, he starts asking me the question. He's like, oh, what do you do? He's like, oh, you got a GeForce RTX 3070 Ti, right? Oh, you're gonna need more fans. This is not enough. This is enough for a CPU. But what about your GPU, bro? What about And then he just, I think he just mentioned everything at that point. He's like, oh, SSD is gonna create heat. This guy. He's like, hard disk is gonna create heat. This is gonna create heat. And I'm like, okay, I guess there's some RGB on it as well. I'm talking about this one. So he basically upsold.
Oh, no.
And then I eventually, but it was not very expensive.
You are every salesman's dream.
Yeah. So anyway, I got this. So let's open it.
So now you have like 4 sets of fans.
So now I have. Let's count the number of fans right now. 1, 2, 3, right, from the graphic card, and then I have this massive fan in the power adapter. I forgot the name of this thing, man. Anyway,
RM850X.
Yeah, but I forgot what it's called. Power supply. Power supply. Then we have 3 fans here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we have 3 more.
There are 3 in that.
3 inside that, yeah. So 10. Then guess how many are in the CPU already? 4. So 14 fans. So it's gonna be a full. This is gonna make sense. This is 850 watts to power this many fans.
Oh, that's funny.
Anyway, this box is any nice dream. Quite satisfying. Quite satisfying.
You must say.
I must say. Okay, this is the CPU cooler. This is, by the way, it's quite cool as well. Like, in the other sense of being cool. It has, as you get, actually I'll show you, but if you guys can see, it has like a small screen. It shows like the CPU temperature, and you can play some videos on it while it's.
With the amount of fans you have, it'll be like -20. Oh.
Yeah, I should have just put an air conditioner inside, right?
Instead of all this. In our room, we'll save on cool bills.
Okay, I'm not sure if I'm opening it correctly. Yeah. Oh, it's looking good. Look at the packaging. I think you can just open it somewhere. Be delicate because these are fans. Oh, it comes with a remote as well to control the RGB. This is probably going to be the coolest thing in the. I'm glad you sold me this. This is probably. Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be like, it's going to look very, very sick. Because first of all, it has RGB. Second of all, it has the CPU display. This is the display, by the way. This is where the CPU will go. The actual powerhouse, not the powerhouse, the actual.
Mitochondria?
No. The actual machine, actually computing unit, right? This guy. Where's this guy? This guy. This guy is gonna go here. And then this is the screen.
You know your audience is there.
Yeah. And look at. Oh. Quite beautiful. A few lessons this morning. Oh, mar gaya. All right. Unfortunately, our video got cut last time because the stand died. So we'll continue the thing now, and now we have the star of the evening, which is Neha Rashid, also known as my wife. Okay, so we'll skip the part of the three fans and the monitor itself, and we'll get straight to the three fans, the three almost irrelevant fans that we'll try to put in anyway. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I am the wife. I think that's the only
Fun.
identity that matters for the context of this video.
Oh, go ahead.
I was given the honors today of opening a box. Very exciting times. So, open. I must say, this packaging is incredible. I must say.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
And it is wires.
Ooh.
And more wires. And even more wires. And a remote.
Another remote.
And some nails and screws, which have been missing in everything else, and I think are quite important.
Yes.
Nothing else gave us nails and
let's
screws.
keep it inside.
And a manual, also important, that was missing in everything else. Just dropped it.
Yeah, let's keep it inside here. We'll keep this on the side
Okay.
for later.
And now there's more padding in boxes, which I'm quite nervous about.
You can show the audience as well
Oh,
how
sorry.
it looks.
Looks quite cool here, as you can see. And I'm wondering if I can just tilt it over. And it works. Look at that.
Beautiful indeed. In comparison, this is how the other one looks.
So all in all, we counted, we have 14 fans.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't think he knows why. I think the PC is going to be so cooled down, it's never going to turn on.
Okay, so now everything is open. Everything is out in the open.
That took like an entire week.
Yeah, by the way, it took a long time. All this stuff has been here, like hanging around here for a while this video was being made. So it's quite funny. It's
For some people. Not for the person looking
Yeah,
at the
the
mess and
cleaner-
getting anxious every day about it.
The cleaner came. The cleaner couldn't obviously couldn't touch this place because there's like the motherboard and like very delicate stuff. One thing breaks and you're like, oh, I was just building a PC, man. Like nothing
Building.
works. One small part breaks, and the whole rig is not working.
He didn't touch anything, I made sure.
Amazing. So now the next part is we're gonna start actually building it. I'll start putting things in the motherboard. So that's the idea. Now we'll get to the part. Thank you, Neha, for helping us out with the.
It was very exciting. It was a very crucial role, and I'm so glad you gave me the honor of opening it.
You're most welcome.
Who says husbands aren't great?
Okay.